Hi everyone, in today's card making tutorial, I'm going to show you a really easy way to save yourself on cardstock when you are creating a shaker card. This video is also part of a video hub, so be sure to check out the video description below for information about the giveaway, leave comments on the videos, and I will have a link to the next person in the hub. The products I'm going to be using today is brand new from Pretty Pink Posh for their May release. We have the Bee Editions stamp set, the Layered Bee Editions stencil, and the Beehive shaker die. I started out by stamping out images off of the Bee Editions stamp set using an alcohol-friendly black ink so I can color them in with my Olo markers. I am using Hammermill cardstock for my coloring today. And the reason this is called the Bee Editions stamp set is because quite a while ago, many years ago, there was a regular kind of bee set. I can't remember the exact name, but there was a bee set. It was a mini set, and this is an addition to it. So, and it's an expansion of that stamp set. There are some brand new coordinating dies now with it because before there were only a few coordinating dies in there, and now she has added some additional ones for the elements on that stamp set. So this set is just giving you some more options and different orientations of the bee. You can see I have one that faces to the right, to the left, and then front facing forward. So these are all off of the Bee Additions stamp set. I went ahead and colored some of my stripes with a yellow combination from the Olo marker set, and then adding in some light grays. I didn't want to go stark black. I wanted it to be kind of more on the grayish side because that also allows me to add some shading. Now, for the bees that are kind of facing in a particular direction, I added the shading to the bottom of the bee with my darkest color and then blended up to the top, going through a medium and then a light color. But for the bee that's facing forward, which I think that one might be my favorite, I added the highlight area to the center of the body. Then we have the wings that are left, and I am just going to use a really light blue for this color combination and not even completely coloring in the wings. I literally just kind of added a darker, it's really only a two color combination, and having most of it be white. But you can use other color combinations on here, like maybe a really light purple would be good, or even a really light gray. Now, I use the coordinating die to die cut out all of those elements, and next I'm going to work on my background. This particular stencil is called the Layered Bee Additions stencil. It's only a two-piece stencil. It's going to create beehives and honey sticks in the background. So I started with a piece of white cardstock cut to 4¼ by 5½. I placed it onto a sticky mat. Then I layered my stencil over the top, the first layer, and then I'm putting down these alignment corners, and that's going to help me for the next layer of the stencil, making sure that it's perfectly aligned. I'm using all traditional colors for my background. So the yellow for the bees, the yellow for the beehives, and for the beehive stencil, I'm just going with two different shades of yellow. I will have all of the supplies that I'm using today linked down below in the video description if you're interested in any of those products. Now, after I did the first layer of the stencil, I'm coming in with the second layer using those alignment guides to help me align my stencil. But Paulina designs these really well where you don't even really need those alignment guides. They're very easy to line up. So that was using a shade darker of yellow to finish off the background. Now I want to tie in some of the black that bees would typically see on bees. So I am bringing in an acrylic black splatter. This is from Hero Arts. I mixed it with just a smidge of water because I don't want to dilute it too much. I just want it fluid enough for me to pick up with my paintbrush and splatter onto the background. And that's just going to help kind of pull out the black on the bees a little bit more. Now for your shaker element, I'm using sunflower cardstock and the base layer of the beehive to die cut that out. So that's going to give you some stitching marks. Now in order to create the frame for our shaker, you're going to want to take the additional die, line that up over the top of that piece we just die cut. Make sure your margins are even all the way around, and that is going to give you the frame. This particular shaker, we won't be able to do both pieces at once. So you do need to do them in a two-step process. Now, one way to create a shaker is to die cut multiple frames, just like we did, except many times to create a shaker well. But a really easy way to do this and save yourself cardstock is going to be die cutting that base layer right out of the front of your card panel. Now, you can save that negative piece for future card projects, But by die cutting that base out of the front of your panel, you are saving yourself a ton of cardstock. So here I am just adding double-sided tape to the back of that panel. We are going to create our window. So I have a piece of acetate cut to 4¼ by 5½, placing right over the top of that double-sided tape. Then we can take our frame that we die cut out earlier. I am adding a very light amount of glue to the back of that frame, placing that right over that acetate window we just created. So now you can see the details of the beehive. But we still need to create our shaker well. So on the back side of this, we are going to line this with a thick foam tape. The key thing when creating your well is to make sure that your foam tape is butted up right next to the other piece. We don't want any of our shaker bits getting away on us. So I'm making sure those are all butted up. I did add another extra strip for stability and kind of make the shaker well a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to add the brand new Busy Bee clay mix into the shaker well. I'm also adding in some iridescent stars because I love iridescent stars in everything, and it also adds a bit of shimmer. Then I removed the backing of my foam tape and added a piece of sunflower cardstock over the top. There's also a die in this set to add a little entryway to our beehive, and then I can finish it off by popping up my bees and my sentiment using some thin foam squares, and I use the bees as like embellishments. So I did kind of place them in a triangular pattern. So there are many ways to create shaker cards, but this one I find to be the easiest because you don't have to die cut the frame multiple times, and it saves you on some cardstock. I hope you enjoyed today's card tutorial. Be sure to check out the rest of the Pretty Pink Posh release as it is jam-packed with some adorable critters. Leave comments to be entered into the giveaway, and be sure to check out the next person in the video hub, which I will have linked down below. Thank you so much for joining me today. Here is another video I think you'll enjoy.